a trophy. She be throwing up the beats, feel like we both bleed. She keep my dick jumping, I feel like I'm holding. I'm way too cold for this beat, feel like I'm cold. Yeah, this right here is astronomical. I see you picked up on my ways, I feel responsible. They're trying to say that all my problems is improbable. They keep bitching at my spit, I'm diabolical. You feel me? always one mistake when you in your prime. That paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a peace of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now. When I'm sipping, I can boot you in the pick up brown. I'm the one that introduced you to you right now. Oh my God, that's bad. But alright, tryna fight in the night. Come alive, ain't it speed?
Following the best start in program history throughout the non-conference season, Illinois Wesleyan men's volleyball returns back to the Shirk Center to open CCIW play against the newly minted 18th-ranked North Central Cardinals. I'm Matt Sossler alongside Alex Bardenitis and assistant coach Mike Eastman. Coach, you're fresh off a trip out east, a 1-1 trip, beating Arcadia and then falling to top-ranked NYU. But now the preseason, quote-unquote, is over. You're into conference play in pursuit of your first conference tournament.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. We're excited to get into conference play here, and half of our team are freshmen, and they've never played some of these teams yet. And CCIW is one of the best conferences in the country right now, and it's exciting.
So from a coaching standpoint, because the freshmen haven't played conference matches like this, how do some of those lineup decisions go into that?
You know, they are young, but we got trust in our guys, so we're going to be pretty much the same as we've looked recently. We're lucky that a few of them have been able to put a lot of weight on their shoulders this year, and we're just looking for them to go and play hard like they have done.
How do you handle the quick turnaround, landing overnight on Sunday, full day of class yesterday, and then coming out to play a top 20 team on Tuesday?
Yeah, well, it's a student-athlete, right? So a student comes first, and making sure all the guys head to class and maybe get a nap in on Monday. But we practiced last night. Didn't go all the way because, a little extra rest for the bodies. But it's a quick turnaround, but I think they're feeling all right today.
A trip out to Massachusetts, something that can benefit the team a lot in terms of team bonding and also coming away with a split and facing the top team of the country. What did you learn from that trip?
Yeah, it was definitely good to spend a lot of time with each other, and I think they just learned what they're capable of. Playing top-ranked team in the country is something not everybody gets to do every season, and we weren't sure how it was going to go, but, they put together a nice effort, and it just shows you if you can compete with top teams like that, you can play anybody.
Are you hoping that some of those things that you guys learned from during that tournament are able to be carried into today?
Yeah. They should carry over to today, to matches against Carthage, Loris, any of these other teams in the CCIW. They're all super strong, and we're just looking to play hard every day, and it helps able to see some teams like that can have older leadership. They have tons of experience, and that really makes a difference. So playing against that helps our guys learning along the way here.
Your scouting report on the Cardinals.
Big Tyler Donovan is our #1 guy to look out for. He can do a ton of things on the court, so looking to slow him down as much as possible. And we know kind of who his favorite guys are out there, and trying to make sure we've got a double block on them at all times.
Your keys to your second-ranked win of the season.
It's all about confidence, all about attitude. We got to come out firing here. We've had games where, have a bit of a slow start, and then he kind of bites us in the end. And I think if we come out hot here and just play the game that we've been playing, I think, anything can happen here.
Matt Sossler, Alex Bardenitis, and assistant coach Mike Eastman. Coach, thanks so much and good luck today.
Thank you, guys.
Alex and I preview the battle when we come back on IWSports.com.
The Titans are going to win the ball game. Your 2023 CCIW Men's Lacrosse Tournament champions are the Titans. 6 to shoot. Rope wrangles in. The leaner off the glass and in.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Behind every Wesleyan success story is a community. One made of alumni and friends devoted to creating opportunities for the next generation of Titans. When you support the Wesleyan Fund, you make a difference. Join us in providing a first-class education, a rewarding campus experience, and a lifetime of opportunities. I'm Norm Esch, a graduate Illinois Wesleyan and the head football coach for the past 35 years. Join me in supporting the Wesleyan.
The Titans are going to win the ball game. Your 2023 CCIW Men's Lacrosse Tournament champions are the Titans. 6 to shoot. Rope wrangles in. The leaner off the glass and in.
Program history in the non-conference play and a split trip out east. The Titans venture towards one of their most important goals of the campaign, the CCIW crown. From the Shirk Center in Bloomington, Illinois, I'm Matt Sossler alongside CCIW newcomer of the year, Alex Bardenitis, Illinois Wesleyan, opening CCIW play against now 18th ranked North Central College. Alex, we just heard from assistant coach Mike Eastman, and he talked about the positives from the East Coast trip, but also he is well aware, being an all-conference player himself, how tough the CCIW slate is.
Oh yeah, this conference is one that is incredibly tough, a lot of ranked teams, but I think that the trip that they took recently has definitely opened their eyes to a lot more new and different competition, which will give them a good advantage in the following conference games that are coming up.
North Central enters with a record of 7-3 overall. Illinois Wesleyan, the best start in program history at 10-4 in their 5th season of existence, and there are a lot of common opponents between the two we were talking about earlier, trying to find some sort of common trait to determine the tail of the tape in this match, and there really isn't. You look at one of the common opponents, Aurora, North Central 1-4, Illinois Wesleyan got swept by the Spartans. You look at Dominican, North Central swept them, Illinois Wesleyan 1-5. But then you also look at teams like Illinois Tech. That was a 5-set win for the Cardinals. Concordia, Wisconsin, another 5-set win for the Cardinals, and the Titans had easier times with those opponents.
There's a lot of different competition and a lot of different outcomes, so there's not really a lot that you can base on for how this game's going to go, but I think it just depends on, especially for its conference game for the Titans, who wants it more? Who's going to come out fighting from the start? Who's going to make those aggressive plays and those smart decisions, and see where that goes?
And the tale for Illinois Wesleyan over the past few seasons, it's been no fault of their own. The CCIW, 4 teams make the conference tournament, and for the last few years, all 4 have been ranked within the top 20, including North Central. You got Loras, Augustana, and Carthage also up there as well, and this is the year that Coach Mueller, with 10 freshmen, he feels like they can maybe arrive a year too soon and crack that top 4, and a win today would certainly help their cause.
Definitely. I think winning today would be a first step in the right direction, especially climbing that CCIW competition mountain. A lot of tough competition, but again, with a talented freshman class like this one and a talented team at that, they can definitely do some damage, and they're able to get up there.
Multiple weekly honorees for this Titan squad. We'll dive deeper into that, as well as our key players to watch right after pregame ceremonies, and now we send it down to the court for introductions.
Fans, good evening and welcome to the Shirk Center for today's men's volleyball match between the Cardinals of North Central and your Illinois Wesleyan Titans. At this time, we ask that you please rise and face the flag at center court as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let's meet the starters for the visiting Cardinals. A 6'4" senior from Wildrop, Maryland, number 1, Austin Scott. A 6'6" senior from Madison, Wisconsin, number 3, Cooper Lundell. A 6'2" junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 8, Jeffrey McEachran. A 6'1" junior from Media, Pennsylvania, Carson Steinbach. A 6'7" grad student, number 18, Tyler Donovan. And at libero, number 11, Danny Smithers. And now, the starters for the Titans. Now the starters for the Titans. A 5'11" freshman, number 2, Ben Zima. A 6'6" freshman from Chicago, number 7, Ethan Cruzella. A 6'4" freshman, number 11, Gavin Rowland. A 6'3" senior, number 21, Jake Coogan. A 6'2" sophomore from Chicago, number 31, Bryce Williams. And at libero for the Titans, a 6'1" junior, Jace Milka.
The starting lineups from the Shirk Center in Bloomington. Matt Sosser alongside Alex Bardenitis. CCIW play minutes away from getting started in the 2025 campaign. The Titans 10-4. North Central enters with a record of 7-3, 2-1 away from Naperville. The Titans at the Shirk Center 8-2. Their 2 losses coming to Benedictine in 5, and they got swept by Trime. Both of those matches a part of larger tri-tournaments. They have yet to lose at home in a standalone match. And Alex, before first serve, your keys to a Titan victory.
This conference match is going to be tough. North Central brings a lot of competition, but I think the intensity that the Titans have and the stuff that they've learned from their out-of-state trip in Massachusetts, I think they can definitely bring into today and use that to go against Cardinals.
The energy is high at the Shirk Center. The Titans, despite less than a 36-hour layoff from the time they touched down from Massachusetts until this match. North Central on the other side. Last played on Saturday. It was easy work, a sweep over Dominican, a team that the Titans beat in 5 sets earlier this season. Similar uniform matchup. The Titans and Cardinals both wearing base whites. Jace Milka wearing green as the libero for Illinois Wesleyan, and Danny Smithers wearing red for the Cardinals. And per usual, Brendan Ryder starts us off. Sophomore and National Player of the Week a couple of weeks back. And we're underway in conference play. Ryder just long. Ryder's 33rd service error of the season. And Jeffrey McEachran returns the favor. So Alex could be seeing a little bit of a jitter start of conference play.
Definitely. I know women's team, at least, when we started conference play is just different than those non-conference games. There's a lot more at stake.
First point, textbook from Ryder.
I love the use of that corner. And he's been using it a lot lately, and it's been working.
You'd think opponents would start to pick up on that by now.
You'd think. But, I mean, hey, we'll take it. Works in our advantage.
Second serve attempt for Bryce Williams, the sophomore out of Chicago, the Whitney Young grad.
Off a touch. It could not be picked up on defense.
Cooper Lundell, the Madison native, with the kill.
Back to serve out of Cardinals number 3, Cooper Lundell.
Gets the ball himself. Second team all CCIW from a year ago. Myers.
A little bit of a miss set.
Titans with an opportunity. Coogan with a missed swing.
Off the tape.
This time, no miss from Scott. Back corner.
It's a good shot, seeing that the defender for the Titans in middle back pulled more into the middle of the court. So throwing that crossbody down the line.
Scott with 73 kills this year. Second service error by the Cardinals in the early going.
Number 21, Jake Coogan.
Serving is something both teams have struggled with in the non-conference slate. And you can infer based on the amount of 5-set matches on both sides, it's a big difference. Attacking error by Ryan Myers.
Real close on that sharp cross.
Illinois Wesleyan with 206 service errors in 14 matches. North Central 147 in 10. Donovan, just out.
Good court awareness by Jace Milka.
Donovan's a guy, even though that he's a player to watch, you look at his serving numbers, 7 aces to now 17 errors. The senior DiCasola into serve.
Over dig, thrown down.
Austin Scott's second kill of the day.
Back to serve, number 1, Austin Scott.
The senior out of Waldorf, Maryland. Another rolling kill.
Never misses. Benzema now checks in to serve for Ryan Myers.
10 aces to 23 errors for the freshman. Just long.
That did not look like the right contact. That ball had no spin on it. You know, for topspin serves, it's called a topspin serve for a reason, so something's mechanically wrong with the toss if it's not spinning like it should. And a miss swing. Titans will take it.
Able to catch a break with the overpass.
Gavin Rowland back to serve.
Off the hands.
Rolling in the back.
And a free ball.
Scott finds the middle. It's something the Titans have to wrestle with when they have rolling in the back row.
Tyler Donovan back to serve.
Lose one of your best blockers up front. Carson Steinbach to serve for the Cardinals.
Wow. That serve had some speed on it.
Point neutralized.
Good touch.
Williams puts it down.
Down the line. Another advantage about having a setter in the front row on the right side, Brendan Ryder, is that he has the ability to take that ball with his hands and have better control and give the hitter, Bryce Williams, a better chance at scoring.
Start the second trip through the service rotation with Ryder, his second error of the match. Kuzella, bingo.
That's a kill for Ethan Kuzella.
And that could be
Ryan
one of the
Myers.
reasons why, as Ryan Myers checks in, we talked about it in pregame, the discrepancy between common opponents. Ethan Kuzella missed a healthy amount of the non-conference slate with injury. One could say that that Dominican match might not have gone 5 sets had number 7 been active. Off of Milka.
The deeper swing like that, you gotta make sure you're not caught too far up on defense.
Lundell. Overpass, Kuzella makes him pay.
Off the hands.
Kuzella catches a break. Rolling.
Net violation on Gavin Rolling.
Point goes the Cardinals' way. Donovan back to serve again. One service error for the grad student earlier on in this set. Kuzella denied up front.
What a block.
Machtel and Scott on the denial. Big swing blocked out of bounds.
Some crazy side spin on that serve.
A timeout called by the Titans with North Central capturing one of the first runs of this match. We started off nearly point for point, but the Cardinals, since it was 9-9, have won 3 straight.
Titans right now are trying to deal with the service pressure from Donovan, and that's getting them out of system. It's causing them to not be able to run an offense quite accurately. We have a couple setters that are also hitting. Ethan Kuzella trying to put up a few balls with his platform, but also being so far on the right side of the court, there's a little bit of disconnect from that. So not able to run quite of an effective offense off of that. So if the Titans can just get the ball up, first good ball contact, then they'll be able to run that offense and put the ball away.
It's kind of a blanket statement in volleyball, but it seemed to be a point of emphasis for Illinois Wesleyan. If their first ball contact is solid, they're not only winning matches, they're winning matches and sets by a lot. When first ball contact becomes an issue, they turn from a team that is annihilating opponents to a team that might not even be competitive with the opposition.
Yeah, especially because, too, when you get that good first ball contact and you're able to run an offense, you can get your middles in there. We know Gavin Rolling has an insanely high hitting percentage, and when he gets that ball, he's able to put it down. So being able to run those middles and run the players, service error for the Cardinals, Titan point.
And that's Donovan. You talk about snapping a run, especially with a serve that's as difficult as his. You take that and run any time, especially with one of your more accurate servers going behind the line in Vince DiCasola, a chance to change the momentum. Williams got caught in the middle. We've seen him execute on that back row hit a lot of times this year, but then he didn't commit.
Usually back row attacks are more for out of system play, but you can also run them in system for a heavier offense and just to switch it up. But Vince DiCasola being able to take that ball so far outside the court kind of caught Bryce Williams off of his feet a little bit. Wasn't able to be a super controlled play.
Couple chances denied by the Titans, and they can't execute on the third.
Got to make sure you're pressing on that block and not having your wrists up to the sky, because otherwise that ball is going to ricochet outside.
Austin Scott remains on serve. He's a CSC award-winning graphic designer.
One-handed set to the back.
Myers off the hands of Scott. Hits the lead on Photoshop, and the Titans get the serve back.
Number 2, Benzema.
Benzema into serve for Ryan Myers.
And Scott creates all the graphics for not only the volleyball account, but also many other North Central athletic accounts. Heard Mike Eastman, assistant coach for Illinois Wesleyan, talk about it on the pregame show. Student athlete, student becomes first.
Jace Milka with a dig.
Williams.
A one-handed dig from Donovan. And
kind of an excuse me kill from Rowling.
His feet weren't quite there, and neither was the contact, but hey, it works.
You'd equate that on the tennis court if you got all frame and it just knuckled over the net.
Oh, yeah.
You stick your hand up, walk behind the line, and play the next point.
That was totally on purpose.
Similar contact there. Williams in the corner.
Right in the corner. Able to find the hole in the block and the open court.
So all of a sudden, the Titans, after being down 3 and calling the timeout, have drawn back within 1, winning 3 straight points. Just out. Make it 4. We're back to even. Now the question is, when does Kevin Kostura call timeout, the head coach for North Central? Cardinals with 2, Illinois Wesleyan with 1 in this first set of conference play. Williams and Zima got crossed up, so speaking from the Cardinals' perspective, the Titans were able to stifle Donovan's run, went on a run of their own. Cardinals got the best of Zima and are still able to exit with a lead. Good swing by Ryder.
Able to find the hole in the block towards the seam, making that setter play defense.
Gavin Rowling is back to serve.
And Rowling looks like he'll have the opportunity to serve throughout this match. Puts in the net. We've seen a few times Coach Mueller go with a substitution for Rowling in the back row. But then you think about all the platoons he runs elsewhere in the rotation. He's run out of subs a couple of times this year.
Especially in those longer matches.
Big serve from Steinbach set up the rest of that point.
It's a lot of power behind that swing.
Ten aces to 43 errors entering today. Ryder uses the tool. So now you're starting to get into that crunch time. at 17-16.
Thanks to Benzema's serving run, they were able to come back and tie the score. Now it's getting to be point for point, so they just got to pull ahead.
Ryder struggled on serve early, able to make one, but pristine placement from Steinbach.
That is an excellent spot, especially as your outside is turning around, but still like from the block, and your libero's behind there. A little bit of miscommunication on the Titan side.
McEachern. Guzella on the tough ball.
Oh, a lot of touches.
Hacky stack style volleyball. Dug up, but out of bounds.
A lot of scrappy play right there.
North Central 1 point away from 20 in this first set. Again, Titans with just one timeout remaining. Coogan blocked by Lundell. And Coach Wheeler burns his final timeout.
A lot of great blocking for the Cardinals. They're really recognizing the way, the angle of the approach from the hitters on the Titan side, where they're facing, and just being able to front them and take up space. I mean, they're a huge block. Take a lot of space up there. So the Titans, I think, need to utilize a little bit more of the tooling that they have in some past matches and continue to find those spots in the holes of the block like Brendan Ryder and Bryce Williams have.
It's something that Coach Eastman preached in the pregame. It's that this Titan squad has started off slow, and it's come back to haunt them a couple times. Down 4 with no timeouts in the first set. A set that was point for the most part. A set that has really only seen 3 runs. At this point, 2 by North Central and 1 by Illinois Wesleyan.
Jeffrey McEachern back to serve.
McEachern still back to serve. The Cardinals have won the last 3 points. A knuckler and an ace.
We've seen Bryce Williams utilize a little bit of a shorter topspin serve. And McEachern also utilizing that.
His 4th ace of the season goes again. Titans maybe a hair more prepared that time.
Out of the back row, good touch in the front by Coogan.
Williams just wide. Touch though, and a point for Illinois Wesleyan. Not sure if it was touched up front or if on the dive Williams got bailed out.
I think it touched a little bit of both. I mean, I saw a little bit of hand movement up front.
And now Williams, who was responsible for the Titan run earlier, with a chance to redraw. Scott.
Myers with the free ball.
A misplay, and the Titans have new life. Cruzella blocked by big number 18, 6'7", Tyler Donovan. So the Cardinals now within 3 of closing out this first set. And Alex, that's a mistake for North Central. That if you're Illinois Wesleyan, you have to end that point on the next sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Myers, another block, and a point for the Cardinals. That's certainly a point of emphasis once this set is over for the green and white. Using blocks to the advantage.
And mixing up shots. I mean, we've seen in some past matches utilizing a soft touch, and there's an ace for the Cardinals.
P.J. Vaughn, the Plainfield North sophomore, with his 7th ace of the season. Set point, North Central.
We've seen the soft touches, but they haven't utilized those a lot this set.
An ace followed by a service error. The Titans' head is still above water. Still 2 timeouts for North Central, but I wouldn't expect Coach Castor to use it until it's 23-24, if that. Set 1 goes the Cardinals' way.
North Central takes the first set, 25-18.
25-18. The final score of the opening stanza. We'll be right back. Recap set number 1 on IWSports.com.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight, 13-12.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Become a sponsor of Titan Athletics by purchasing a media sponsorship. Showcase your brand to Bloomington Normal and beyond in front of thousands. For Titan Athletics media, both in-house and video stream partnerships, contact Katie Gonzalez and Tyler Wilson for details. An exciting year for the green and white men's volleyball, off to their best start in program history. Also an exciting year on the hardwood for the Titan basketball programs. The Titan men wrap up their home slate in the regular season tomorrow against North Park. Eric Stock, Joel Swanson, and Alex Bardenitis will be on the call for that. I will be up in Naperville with the Titan women's basketball team as they try to claim the CCIW regular season title outright against the Cardinal team that waltzed into the Shirk Center last month and gave the Titans a little bit of a scare, only lost by 5, 75-80, the final. Titans on top in that one. You see Ava Bardick, Mallory Powers, and Liv Myers, 3 players who've had great weeks of basketball. Ava against North Park leading the way for Illinois Wesleyan, and then Mallory and Liv Myers top performances on senior day against Milliken a few days ago. Alex, shifting our focus back to volleyball. It was point for point for the most part, but North Central just got that last run.
I think North Central, too, has a really strong block, and the Titans, where they've in the past been relying mostly on their offense, are now being stopped on it, and so they're now in this set being forced to find ways around it. Also, the service pressure from the Cardinals is so strong, so being able to combat that with their first ball contact and getting a good pass up, allowing the setters to run their offense in a more effective way, getting those middles active, and being able to utilize just a lot more. I mean, looking at hitting percentage, Titans in the first set, 74 compared to the 370 for the Cardinals. So even then, that just shows how much the blocking has stopped the Titans from finding ways to score.
There aren't many stats that can tell the story of a set like hitting percentage, especially after the first. You're not going to win many sets with a .074. Cardinals on serve. It's McEachran.
Out of the back row.
Milka runs out of room. Kuzella blocked by Scott.
Titans have met their match on blocking.
The Bloomington wall has had some holes poked through it tonight. Titans at home and on the road have utilized the block to their advantage.
The net violation.
Wesleyan on the net violation. But also, for Illinois Wesleyan, they haven't gotten the opportunities to block. You could say the Titans have been better on the attacking side. They just haven't finished based on that.
There's Gavin rolling. Benzema goes crazy on the sideline, so does the rest of the bench.
Those are the plays where, especially in a match like this, where even though North Central's just up 1-0, you feel like it's a lot further than it actually is. You got to utilize those blocks to your advantage and try and compound that momentum.
Oh yeah, every point counts, especially with momentum and energy.
Williams into the seats.
Off of the shoulder. A little bit of a higher swing there out of the back row.
Cooper Lundell to serve. Service error. The sixth service error for North Central today.
Benzema back to serve for Ryan Myers.
A chance for the Titans to not only take the lead, but grow it if Zima can go on a bit of a run here. The Cardinals had some issues with his serve in the first set. Williams fooled by Steinbach.
Even with that out-of-system tip from the back row, still able to push that through the Titan block.
There you go, big serve for big serve. Tyler Donovan for the Cardinals. Just out. That's his third service error tonight. Rare topspin from Rolling. Williams.
Oh.
Point Illinois Wesleyan, however, Coach Mueller thought that should have been over a few shots ago.
Chris Machtel, number 24, actually went under the net and was on the Titans side, and nobody saw it.
You know more about volleyball than I do, Alex. That's maybe just a little bit legal?
Oh, no. Not legal at all. He almost got away with it, though.
And you could say, thankfully for the Titans' sake, it's something for Coach Mueller to hang his hat on. They didn't stop playing despite the blatant violation.
I mean, some refs say if it doesn't affect the play, like at least stepping on the line or over it a little bit with your foot's fine, but going completely under the net?
Blocked in the back by Machtel. Put down by Steinbach.
Cardinals doing a really good job of finding the holes in the Titans block as well. That one almost went over both Bryce Williams and Jake Coogan a little bit with a deeper swing, able to find that corner.
It's a jumping jack contest at the Shirk, and a service error by Scott. The game within the game, especially in the bench celebrations. Especially in the second set, teams start to pick up on new ideas.
The last tri-tournament here at the Shirk, we had a little bit of a dance-off between Hayden Warfield and one of the players on the Illinois Tech team.
And that continued into the Wabash match as well.
It did.
Again, I'm all for it if you're tied at 2 sets apiece. Maybe a dance-off to determine who serves first in fact.
Oh, yeah. Instead of a coin toss.
Killed by Steinbach. I'm curious how that would change recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
In college volleyball.
Probably a decent amount.
Dance-off for the 2 minutes in between the sets. Maybe not winner serves first. Williams tooled off. Point Illinois Wesleyan. Winner of the dance-off gets to choose.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, Brian Meyer.
Serve or receive. Maybe side. Or if the dance-off is determined by a certain number of cheers via the decibel, you get both. You get side and choice.
I like that option.
I think the Titans would have a big advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Given Hayden Warfield's ability. Killed by the Cardinals. Bundle on that effort. Kuzella. Tight ball.
Jousted off of Coogan. It's Cardinal point.
Leading by 4. A timeout called by Coach Mueller. Another early burn for the Titans. Trying to stop the bleeding for a Cardinals team that has had their foot on the gas, and they have been hot as of late. They're riding a 5-game win streak. Last 3 wins coming at home, and they also have not dropped a set since February 6th.
Wow. Pretty impressive.
So talk about getting your team right at the optimal time, especially in conference play when it's a double round robin, and that determines your season. You have 10 chances to try and get within that top 4, keep your season alive. When you look at stealing wins on the road, too, that adds on to your resume, especially getting one out of the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Titans with 1 timeout left.
Patrick Dosbach checking in for Ryan Myers.
At this point, Coach Mueller just trying to get something.
I think, too, just because of the hitting percentage, switching up some of that offensive power. I mean, I noticed a little bit in... Oh, so actually that sub didn't really count yet.
See if the yet applies here. I'm assuming it will. There it goes.
Guess they just didn't see it.
Dasbach has had his fair share of points. Started out with a career high in multiple categories against Concordia, Wisconsin in the season opener. And who knows, maybe with the busy schedule for Illinois Wesleyan, a couple of miscommunications by the Titans, Point North Central. With the fast schedule for the Titans, maybe some tired legs, you're just trying to get whatever mileage back you can.
Noticing in the first set at least, Titans didn't really utilize a lot of shots that they have had, especially with those short shots, and they've been using a lot of cross except for maybe Bryce Williams, who's been turning it down the line a little bit, but they're mostly just hitting where they're facing, which is allowing the Cardinal block to get right in front of them.
Dasbach with the attacking error. Bailout by Williams. Dasbach with the miss. Titans have faced off against teams with great size in the non-con, and it really hasn't been a problem. For the first time this season, at least on home court, we're starting to see, as Dasbach with another miss, we're starting to see that become an issue.
Ryan Myers coming back in after a couple straight errors from Dasbach.
And North Central has ballooned their lead to 8. Again, only one timeout for Illinois Wesleyan in this second set. North Central aiming for a 2-set advantage. Scott uses the tool. And with it, 16-7. Coach Mueller burns his final timeout.
With a gap that big, I think it's a good idea to burn that timeout, especially because something's just not right between the passing, setting, and the hitting. There's a little bit of a disconnect that you can see. Communication completely broke down. So did the energy. There's really nothing on the court motivation-wise, and I think that timeout right now is just going to help get their heads back into the game and try to say what's going on. This is what we need to do. Got to remember our scouting, our preparation, things that we've learned so far, and just be aggressive.
Well, also, with it being 16-7, it can't get much worse.
It could probably get a little bit worse.
Standpoint. So you think about how it can only get better. You try and slice a few points. Obviously, the first priority being getting the serve back.
Mm-hmm. And
Titans have done it before.
Yeah, it's a tough serve, especially too. Like compared to the first set, I think the first ball contact's a lot better, but still serving pressure, especially from Carson Steinbach, it's a lot.
See that spin on it, forces a free.
Brendan Ryder with the dig.
Donovan puts it down.
Look at that sneaky attack. He went up for the ball on the second contact. Brendan Ryder dug it. He went up like he was going to hit it again. Titan block went up with them, but he set it to the middle. Block came down, open net.
That's what you get from an all-conference player. Service error from Steinbach, and maybe that's just what the Titans need with Coogan behind the line. Still with room to work, but Coogan returns the favor. And that gives McEachern the ball, who closed out the first set for North Central. One ace and one error to his name tonight. Rolling.
Back row, off the block. That's a touch.
Steinbach with the kill. He's got 10, first Cardinal in double digits for kills today. And the hitting percentages keep growing further apart. Titans at a .68. .068 to clarify. North Central hitting .489. Myers with the attacker. And Alex is an outside hitter. What do you do to try and get a step in the right direction? We'll talk about it more in between sets, but the Titans have a problem to solve right now. Service error from McEachern.
Definitely, I think first ball contact plays a lot into that, especially from for your setter to run the offense. But I mean, looking at the tendencies that the outside hitters have started to hit a little bit, Ryan Myers going more towards that cross and that sharp cross area. If you're hitting where you're facing, I had this problem during my season at least too. If you're hitting where you're facing, it makes it incredibly easy for the block to get in front of you. and take that shot away. But if you start to incorporate some of those shots, maybe facing cross, turning your swing down the line, or a roll shot to the middle of the court or to a place where a defender isn't, that's going to mix up the defense, going to keep them on their toes.
Rolling second block of the match, followed by a service error. The Titans not in a position to trade points. Rolling too much. 18th ranked Cardinals 3 points away from closing out the second set. Missed contact. Lundell knew it too.
Benzema into serve for Ryan Myers.
And at this point, if you're Zima, let's do whatever you can. Would you expect them to dial it up here, given the score?
I mean, yes, but also you don't want to make errors at this point to make the score worse. So just being aggressive while still keeping it in play. One dig.
Casola.
Recovered.
Scott off the hands. Rolling. And a point for the green and white.
Titans put up a triple block on Scott there with Bryce Williams, Brendan Ryder, and Gavin Rolling. Off the hands.
Steinbach, just long.
Cardinals tried to call a touch on that ball.
Back-to-back points for Illinois Wesleyan. Steinbach off a touch. And Donovan with an opportunity to close the deal in the second. Rolling.
Off the ref.
So a point for North Central. You always got to look and see where the official's standing. That time, about 6 inches behind the line in both directions. So a set point for the Cardinals.
4 of the 6 players for the Titans are hitting negative.
Service error from Donovan keeps the Titans alive. As it stands right now, the Titans are hitting a goose egg. Scott, and the second set goes the Cardinals' way, 25-14. Titans look to take a step towards a reverse sweep. North Central tries to close out the opening match of conference play in straights when we come back on IWSports.com.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Behind every Wesleyan success story is a community, one made of alumni and friends devoted to creating opportunities for the next generation of Titans. When you support the Wesleyan Fund, you make a difference. Join us in providing a first-class education, a rewarding campus experience, and a lifetime of opportunities. I'm Norm Ish, a graduate Illinois Wesleyan and the head football coach for the past 35 years. Join me in supporting the Wesleyan.
Start of the third set at the Shirk Center. Illinois Wesleyan with some work to do, trailing 2-0. Matt Sosler alongside Alex Bardenitis. And Alex, the stat line that we were talking about in between sets that we'll bring to the viewers is the Titans are hitting a 0, North Central at a 3.93.
I mean, looking at the hitting percentages for some individual players, we can look at some leaders. Austin Scott with an 833, Carson Steinbach 450, Tyler Donovan 400, Cooper Lundell 308, and then Titans with only 2 players in the positives for their hitting percentage, both Bryce Williams and Brendan Ryder, with Bryce with a 444 and Brendan with a 400. Cancels out the negatives for the Titans' 0 hitting percentage, but I mean, the Cardinals, usually the Titans in the past have just been able to get away with muscling through the block, but in this case, the Cardinals have, their arms are over that net, they're pressed, turned into the court, there's really no room for the Titans to even get lucky with kind of some of those shots there. So, I mean, the block on the Cardinals is adding that pressure. The service errors from the Titans adding that pressure, but also the service pressure from the Cardinals themselves. It's some insane serving from Steinbach and Donovan and a lot of the other players, but those two most notable. And their back row attacks, finding the block, finding a touch, finding open court every single time. So everything for the Cardinals is working, and I think the Titans just need to adjust to some of those things so that they can stay in system and run their own offense.
The Titans have reverse swept the team once. It was against Marion, winning the 5th set 16-14 on January the 28th. North Central has been reverse swept once on February the 1st at home against Cal Lutheran. First set, 25-18 Cardinals. Second set, 25-14 for the 18th ranked team in the nation. Ryder starts us off in the third. Seeing a little bit of a personnel change for Wesleyan. More on that as Kuzella opens the third set with a kill.
There's that soft shot that we were missing in the first 2 sets.
Dylan McKeon, the freshman, in for the first time today. Attacking error.
They're calling a touch on the Titans. So that is the Cardinals' point.
Up official initially ruled no, and then after conversation, you are correct. McEachern. McKeon. No touch. And that was something that Coach Mueller did against Marion, where he changed the lineup almost entirely in the third set.
Especially with the amount of hitting percentage in the negatives for some players. You just want that fresh arm. And the coverage from Dylan, but
out of bounds.
Out of bounds, unfortunately.
Saw Wilson Spalding in that third set against Marion. It was a match in which the Titans were super short-handed. They didn't have Ethan Kuzella or Jake Coogan. Also saw a little bit of Lane Sunley and Luke Hartkey, Kel Whitchurch as well.
Bryce Williams at the back row.
Sets up rolling.
Rolling with the block, but recovered.
Chance for Kuzella.
Off the hands.
Scott blocked.
On the line. That ball's in. Oh. Ref's calling out.
The line judge had the flag down.
It's on the ref's line. It should be that line judge's call.
It's on the near sideline, and now
she's
they'll
calling him
have
in.
a conference. The flag was down, and the up official overruled for the Cardinals off of what is now an attacking error by Illinois Wesleyan.
I mean, from my angle up here, I saw that ball on the line.
Call's upheld. So North Central with a 4-1 lead after the close call. Williams blocked.
And on the second contact from Donovan, he does a really good job of hiding that shot, going up with both hands and then just pulling one down.
Cardinals with 8 total blocks today in the early stages of set number 3. Service error.
Kujela ducking on the side for that.
Benzema in for McKeon.
Benzema in the serve for the Titans.
Recovered. And a free ball over. Backwards dump.
And a sneaky one indeed from Lundell.
Doing a great job of eye checking as well, seeing where the blockers are on the Titans side.
Zella blocked. Milka forced out of his element.
Titans now hitting a negative 18-0.
Keep in mind when they played Marion, they were down 8-2 in the third and came back to win. It was after a timeout. Scott right on the line.
That's a crazy sharp cross.
I'm not saying history is going to repeat itself. 8-2 in the third. Titans down a pair of sets. Coach Mueller calls timeout. We've been here before.
We have.
However, those sets in the Marion match, 25-21 in both the first and the second. So you're looking at a little bit tighter of a line.
Yeah.
But still same scenario. Doesn't matter if you lose a set 25-0 or 26-24. You're still down 2 sets to none.
I mean, if the Titans can find a way to score and get around the Cardinal block, and I think I definitely have a good chance, but that Cardinal block is just too big right now.
8 blocks for NC, just 5 total for Illinois Wesleyan. Titans hitting a negative .034, Cardinals hitting nearly 400. Steinbach with 12 kills for North Central. For Illinois Wesleyan, not a ton offensively, but Bryce Williams leads the way with 5 kills. It's a tough opening week for Illinois Wesleyan for conference play rather. They'll play host to another ranked team, Carthage, on Saturday. Put down by Scott and Alex. You could say that about the CCIW. There's one team the Titans will play that has not been ranked at some point this year, and that's North Park. Williams off the block. You mentioned getting around it. Sometimes it's just not in the cards on a given night.
With the way that the passing's going, first ball contact, I mean, they're getting good balls up, but then also the inconsistencies with the connection. Some balls a little bit tight. Bryce Williams able to find a spot, though. Turning that ball crossbody down the line. That shot seems to be open, as he scored on that a couple times before.
Rolling, just out. Service error number 7 for the Titans today, compared to 13 for the Cardinals. Four of them have come from Donovan.
Off the hands.
And into the second row from Steinbach. Into the net. Titans with 1 timeout remaining in this third set. Trying to avoid being swept for the 2nd straight match and for what would be the 4th time this year and the 2nd time at home. Williams off the antenna. Haven't seen a ton of Danny Smithers today, but a great effort by the Naperville native there.
Austin Scott back to serve.
Ace.
A little bit of a slip up there. A little ankle give out from DeCasola.
Scott's first ace of the day, his 6th of the season. Coogan.
That's a touch.
Called. McKeon back in. Titans in desperate need of a run.
Free ball over for the Titans.
Put down by Ryder.
That's a kill for Brendan Ryder. Bryce Williams back to serve.
Titans now have the ball. Let's see if they can close this gap.
Trailing by 8. Williams gives it back.
Chris Maxwell back to serve.
So Chris Machtel is back to serve.
Can't get away with sneaking under the Titans net this time.
And straight up discombobulation. And the Cardinals take a 10-point lead. It's been that kind of night for the Titans.
When we were at the NCAA championship for the Sweet 16 match, there was a ball. I went up for a 2 and I tripped. Did not hit the ball. So, I mean, it happens. This floor is pretty slippery, but
it's the busiest time of the year for the Shirk Center, the month of February.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good thing when that's the case. Ryder off the hand.
Kill.
Gavin rolling in for the Titans. Jake Coogan back to serve.
Titans hoping for one last gasp.
Ryder's leading in hitting percentage with 500 now. 571, sorry.
Oh, Steinbach with a kill. Ball just died on the hands of McKeon.
Yeah.
Titans trying to get their hitting percentage into the positives, hitting a minus .014.
Great up by DeCasola.
McKeon forcing the scorer's table.
But it's outside of the antenna. The ball's out. We got Luke Hartke now checking in for Bryce Williams.
Coach Mueller starts to empty his bench with North Central 6 points away from a sweep. Steinbach. Ryder, too much. Locked, and that has been the North Central MO. This time it's Lundell. That's block number 11 for the Cardinals.
Cardinals' wings are not clipped, and they're flying away with this set. Out of the back row, deep corner.
Kill from Steinbach. Cardinals, in terms of total blocks, have 6. With all 12 being unassisted, here comes Hayden Warfield. Check that assisted. Out of Senegal in for the waning moments of this match. Steinbach. Rolling off the hands. It's taken a chisel to a cube of ice that just won't shatter. That's been the story for the Titans. Warfield with the corner.
First kill for this season, too, I think. Unless he, or at least here in the Shirk Center.
His third of the season, first at home. Now he's back to serve. No aces to 1 air. A little bit of a knuckler. Warfield. Off the hand of Milka. Hartke runs out of real estate. Match point, North Central.
Hayden Warfield with some great attacking attempts.
Talk about a guy who's at 100% battery all the time. That's what you get out of Warfield.
He is such an energy center.
McEachran for the match. Uzella. Just out. No touch on the attempt from Lundell, so we play on. It'll be on McKeon to keep this match alive. Titans have scored double-digit points in every set this year until now, as North Central takes the third and final 25-9, and they complete the sweep in the CCIW opener over Illinois Wesleyan. So the Titans, for the first time this year, drop a match at home that's not a part of a try And Alex, North Central ranked 18 in the country. They extend their winning streak to now 6. Sometimes these nights just happen.
Yeah, I mean, there is clearly just not a lot working for the Titans from an offensive perspective, defensive perspective, also on serve receive. There were some great plays here and there for a while. I mean, we still have Hayden Warfield finished with a 500 percentage, and Bryce Williams with a 267, Brendan Ryder with a 222. So some positive hitting percentages, whereas the team also still finished hitting a negative .27. So in that aspect, the connection just not being all there. But also, Cardinals came out of the gate from the get-go. They were aggressive. They fronted the Titans on the block. Not a lot got through. So, I mean, this is a learning experience for the Titans on how to find ways to make those shots work when that big block is in front of them.
It's one thing we don't talk about a ton. Since this group is still fairly young, majority freshmen and sophomores, they're going to have some bumps in the road. They're going to have some learning experiences over the course of this season. We'll take a quick timeout, continue our post-game coverage after this on IWSports.com.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight, 13-12.
Post-match, the Titans falling to North Central in the first match of CCIW play. Matt Sosler, Alex Bardenitis, and Bryce Williams. Bryce, first match of conference play. It's been a tough few days getting back from the East Coast. Quick turnaround. Take me through the match.
Honestly, I can't really tell you a whole lot. I just don't think we came prepared, whether it was mentally or focus-wise. I think there's a lot of areas of improvement, whether it's just kind of consistency overall or being able to work together as a team, because today just kind of felt like we weren't all there like in one unit. It felt like everybody was kind of playing a little bit separately.
You have a very young team, 10 freshmen, a handful of sophomores in the rotation. How can you learn from a match like this, especially with it being the first one of conference?
I mean, a lot of volleyball is just experience. I think with such a young lineup, gaining experience early on is important, and learning how to handle different types of situations, especially like this when you are down. I think this can be helpful in many ways, whether it's learning to fight through a lot of adversity or just cleaning up fundamental parts of volleyball in order to help your team kind of regain some energy or some fire on the court.
Those fundamental parts of volleyball, Cardinals clearly had a huge block. What was kind of the thought process when you guys saw that in front of you from a hitter standpoint?
I was trying to look for ways to hit around it, obviously. If it was too tight, try to recycle. And then, obviously everybody gets blocked in volleyball. That's part of the game. So if it happens, make sure you don't get blocked again. Don't get blocked twice in a row.
Matt Sosler, Alex Bardenitis, and Bryce Williams. Bryce, you got another tough opponent. Carthage comes to town on Saturday. What's going to be the game plan over the next few days to try and get the mind right, get the body right, heading in against another ranked team?
Well, the main thing is making sure that we're resting up. We still have injuries, things like that. So making sure that we're going to rehab, making sure we're eating the right things, making sure if you need to take a break, then take a break so that you can refocus and then come back to practice or to the game ready.
Bryce Williams on the post-game show. We'll continue our post-game wrap-up when we come back on IWSports.com.
Thank you.
Appreciate
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Behind every Wesleyan success story is a community. One made of alumni and friends devoted to creating opportunities for the next generation of Titans. When you support the Wesleyan Fund, you make a difference. Join us in providing a first-class education, a rewarding campus experience, and a lifetime of opportunities. I'm Norm Ish, a graduate Illinois Wesleyan and the head football coach for the past 35 years. Join me in supporting the Wesleyan.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their
match following the Titans' 3-set loss to North Central. Matt Sosser, Alex Bartonitis, Titan head coach Brandon Mueller. Coach, a tough start to conference play. Take me through.
Yeah, I think it's obviously a struggle. I mean, North Central came in here and did their thing. I mean, I thought they served tough. They got us out of system. We became really predictable, and so it's hard to play a team that is big and physical when you're predictable. And so it's just hard to score, and that's what this game is about, is scoring. And so they outserved us, passed us, and so we're going to have to focus and be better there going forward. But that's part of it.
With some players hitting in the negative, is that contributing to some of the lineup changes?
Yeah. I was looking for answers. I was looking for a spark and finding somebody to make a play. And it didn't happen as much as we needed it to.
You've had a busy few days, getting back late on Sunday from the East Coast. We'll talk a hair more about those 2 games in just a minute, but how do you plan on using a little bit of the longer break after today to kind of hit the reset button for the second conference match?
Yeah, we definitely got to move on pretty quick here. We got Carthage, a top 10 team, coming in here on Saturday, and so the good thing is there's a lot to get better at, and so we got a few practices to hopefully get some things figured out and our guys rolling. This is obviously not the way we wanted to start it, but it is what it is, so we got to get better.
Briefly, you were able to salvage a split this weekend at your alma mater, a place you won a couple national titles with. What was it like bringing these guys back there?
Oh, it was a great time. It was so much fun, and just be back where I played and see some people I knew, the coach that I played for, and compete against some really good teams out east. It was a good learning experience for us all, and so it was exciting.
What do you think the biggest lesson is for this team heading into Saturday?
That's a good question. I think a way to get through some tough stuff. I think we're going to have to do a little soul searching and figure out some things we do well and the things that we don't work well or do well, we got to find ways to get better at it. And so we have some weaknesses that we have to focus on, and we certainly will. And so this is a long season still to go, and it's only one of 10.
Matt Sosser, Alex Bartonitis, head coach Brandon Mueller. Coach, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Alex and I wrap up the program on the other side on IWSports.com.
drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight 13-12.
Things up from the Shirk Center. The Titans get swept by 18th ranked North Central. Matt Sosler, Alex Bardenitis. Alex, before I break down some of the totals, just a night where things just didn't feel right for the green and white.
As Bryce Williams said, they felt like there was just a misconnect. They weren't really there, and, you know, being also a volleyball player myself, I can attest to there's some games, some days that you just, everything's going wrong. You just don't feel, it's an out-of-body moment. But definitely, as Coach Mueller just said, they can definitely work through this and find a lot of things that they can take from this game to improve on so that they can move forward in the future with it.
You've been through some of these during your season. Right now, what are these players feeling?
I think after a loss kind of as, I don't want to say bad as this one, tough game, but you're definitely going to feel disappointed. You're going to want to, especially for some of the players that didn't do as well as they hoped, you're going to want to be down on yourself and say, what if I had done this differently? What if I had hit this the way that I had wanted to? But you can't focus on those mistakes. You have to take them to heart in the sense that I did this wrong. How can I improve from it now? And going into the future, work on those things. How can I get around the block? How can I use the block? How can I find shots that are working? And those kind of things, at least from an offensive player standpoint. But definitely a lot of disappointment, but good things that you can look forward to in the future.
Taking a look at some numbers, not a ton to write home about for Illinois Wesleyan. Bryce Williams and Brendan Ryder each hitting in the 200s. Hayden Warfield in limited action hitting 500. The Titans as a team hitting minus .040. North Central, Steinbach led the way with 15 kills. Carson Steinbach followed by Austin Scott with 10. And then the player to watch, Tyler Donovan, stifled for the most part. Only 6 kills, however, 26 assists for the Cardinals, who hit a .436 in their sweep. The 18th ranked Cardinals improved to 1-0 in conference play, and they run their record up to 8-3. The Titans dropped to 0-1 in CCIW play, and their overall record falls all the way down to 10-5. Up next on the Titan Broadcast Network, it's a twin bill of basketball tomorrow. Have a couple monitors up, sync up the TV with the radio. It's going to be a busy night of hoops. Eric Stock, Joel Swanson, and Alex Bardenitis will have the call of potentially the last home game for the Titan men when they take on number 3 in the CCIW, the North Park Vikings. Coverage for that one starts just before 7. The Titan women, Ava Bardick and Liv Myers, along with Katie Knutson and the rest of their squad, they take on North Central up in Naperville. I'll have the call for that with coverage starting just before 7, as well as they try to claim the CCIW regular season title outright with a win or a Carroll loss. Also, Lauren Huber is within striking distance of becoming the all-time leading scorer in Titan women's basketball. So a lot to look forward to tomorrow night, both here at the Shirk and on the road in Naperville. Should be a very eventful night of Titan basketball as the regular season comes to a close. Only 2 more games left for the Titan men and the Titan women this Wednesday and this Saturday, which starts the busy crossover season between the spring and the winter, closing up a basketball doubleheader in Augustana with myself and Eric Stock, and then the Titan men's volleyball program taking on Carthage. Alex will be on the call for that, so it'll be a very exciting week of Titan athletics coming your way right here on IWSports.com. With that, that'll wrap up our coverage here from Bloomington. Titans get swept by North Central. My thanks to our entire crew, starting with Taya Galasath, Meredith Mahoney, and the entire athletic communications department, Tyler Wilson, and our whole stream crew. And for Alex Bardenitis, I'm Matt Sosler. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night. I'll chat with you tomorrow from Naperville, and be sure to tune in for an exciting week of Titan athletics coming up ahead on IWSports.com.